First time, guys. We're coming for some breaking news. I thought I'd jump in and, in this video here and have a little chat about what's happening tonight. There's been three really crazy things. We have the Payne Haas, judgment on his incident with Albert Kelly. We have some news around Taylor May in what happened in November last year, and also some news around Talatau Gula as well, who has actually been dropped. So let's just start with that. But firstly, I just want to say, how good's Twitter? One of them here, Payne Haas, punishment should be that he has to play for the Broncos. Too good. Anyway, so Kula, he's out. They have updated the team list for tomorrow night, and he's actually not even in the 19. So he's completely out of this game day squad. And Garrick moves to fullback. I thought he'd move to fullback and Kula would move into the centres, but Parker's obviously back. And they're deciding to not go with him. So I think that the amount of questions I had around going Cleary and Gula in, this week is obviously been a lot, and a lot of people looking to trade him in. So all of that's changed now. He's not in that team, so I'd be looking to hold off on him. If you own him at the moment, it's fine. You can use him as a loop, but anyone looking to make that trade, I think you got to hold back on that. Obviously, breathe. Let's take a second, chill out. Look back at my buy, hold, sell. The guys we're looking at there, obviously, take him out of that and work out what you would want to do, whether you want to, bring in a gun in another way, whether you just want to make one trade this week. Might just be smart to do that. But anyway, let's speak about Payne Haas. So there's that one in there. Not great. So it looks like he's going to be suspended for 1 to 2 weeks. So from what I know, there's a decent chance that he's going to play this week. He's going to be playing on Friday night because of the Sydney Police have to go through it, and until they can get a judgment call on the incident, the NRL won't be suspending him. So with Friday night's game being it's 2 days away, they probably won't be able to make that call. But he's definitely going to be out for the game after that, at least, and then potentially one more week. So I think he's definitely a hold. My worry at the moment is captaining him. There's a lot going on, obviously, this week for him. Will that change anything in terms of his ability to play footy? I'm not exactly sure, but it's a slight worry. And if he's out for 1 to 2 weeks, I think he's still definitely a hold. But if he's playing this week, hold steady, keep him in your team, but just be aware of, potentially captaining him or vicing him. I'd probably stay clear of that. I'm not exactly sure. We might find out a little bit more tomorrow before lockout, but I think that's going to be, the thoughts around the Payne Haas situation. So obviously not ideal that he would be suspended for that. But what can we do? Hey, the majority of teams in the top 5,000 have him. So it is what it is, right? And then we move to the May situation, and very, very interesting here. We've got this little tweet from Scott Bailey here, an update on his situation. So spoke to both the NRL and Penrith, and he'll be free to continue playing before his court date next month. His return to the NRL in round 4 was previously cleared by the integrity unit. Right, so he's come in and actually played in round 4. He obviously played round 3 also. So that's all been cleared by the integrity unit, which is good signs for him going forward. In terms of his date with his court date there, that's going to be next month. So that's in May. So you're bringing him in now for the next 4 weeks, at worst, right? The next 3 or 4 weeks. So we're getting him in now to make plenty of cash to score well on the edge there on the wing, and make some money, score well. So at worst, we miss out on having him for the origin period, if there's actually an issue with it. The only thing is it's a strange one. It's very different, like a scuffle between teammates, and they get a couple of weeks each, and then he has assaulted someone. He's obviously that has happened. But if you look on one here, he was pulling someone away from Nathan Cleary when they were having a bit of fun at the back end of last year after they won the. Here you go. Here, Michael Chamas there. He was sticking up for teammates, including Nathan Cleary, when he allegedly dragged a patron to the ground at Queensland venue in aftermath of last year's grand final. So obviously not great at all that he has done that, but who knows what was happening. And the other side is obviously two sides to the story. But if they've looked at this, if he's told the truth, it's obviously come out now. It's been out for a while. It's been since November last year. The Panthers have dealt with it. Obviously, who knows? We're going to be dealing conjecture here, but do they just want him to all be okay and be smoothed over so he can play? But everyone's known about it, and it's finally coming forward into a court charge. So very interesting. But I think at a minimum, you can still trade him in. He's still going to be fine. Like, he's obviously been dealing with this for a long time. It hasn't affected his gameplay or anything like that. Obviously, coming out in the media today isn't great, especially when it's in conjunction with the Payne Haas story as well. So, not great, but I still think you can trade him in. So, if you wanted to stay away from him, that's fine as well. But he's playing this week. There's no sanctions coming down on him, so that all seems to be fine. If more comes out tomorrow, we'll talk about it. We'll pop it up in the Discord or something like that. But just 3 very interesting things to go off here. So we've got my head-to-head team here. I have traded in May for Jack Bird at this point, but the question is, do we continue doing that now that we can't get Gula in? There was some. I'm sure a lot of people were tempted to go the Jai Arrow, Jack Bird down to Gula and Cleary, that kind of stuff. So it's probably going to be a little bit harder this week to get Cleary in, unless you're our people squad, for example, and have like 400k in the bank. It'd be a little bit easier to get those guys in. So maybe it's worth holding off on Cleary for a week, or you're probably only going to have to give it 2 guns to get him in, which would be too tough unless you've got Trbojevic or something like that. So yeah, it becomes very interesting this week. Also with who you play, obviously just popped out that video about guys to play in your squad, so that's very interesting. And I also have done a video on a Q&A, which is going to be posted in the morning. So who knows how much of that is actually going to be okay or not, but just disregard anything where I talk about Talata Kula, sorry. But yeah, that's that. Just wanted to do a quick update, guys, on that one. Hope that helped, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you later.